In the dark of night, you feel the chill of fright, and haunted by the unseen, beware each scary sound as your heartbeat pounds, for it is time for Halloween.
The Fresno Focus Radio Hour. This is the No Focus Radio Hour. Comedy and insight from the greatest minds in Fresno. A Lightomine Media production.
That's right. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. Thank you for listening, and thank you for telling a friend. The No Focus Radio Hour is available anywhere podcasts can be found, including YouTube, Rumble, and your home smart speakers. Remember to subscribe and leave a review. It does help others discover our show. And while you're reviewing, keep in mind that 5 stars is the correct number of stars. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your friends. But if you hate it, share it with your enemies. Check out our site, nofocusradio.com. There you can get exclusive content. You can find other podcasts like Pardon the Intermission. Find us on social media. Our handle is at nofocusradio. Find the rest of our stuff at lightominemedia.com. Take it away, Doorman.
Can't be with you, you know it's true. And you know just what I got to do. Gonna hit the ground running to my favorite podcast. Gonna hit the ground running to Fresno, California. Yes. Yeah.
This is supposed to be scary Halloween music. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. It's made for those who live in the Central Valley, for those who miss the Central Valley, for those who long to live in the Central Valley, and for those who
give out raisins for Halloween because it's nature's candy in the Central Valley.
As always,
With razor blades. Is that razor blades? Yeah.
we have our beautiful, spooky cast of characters. We have with us the spooky Doorman.
Hey, Fresno! I'm just so glad to be back. I heard the intro you guys did the other last time with Austin, and yeah.
Was it about?
All I can say is I'm glad to be back.
Was that the one where you were in Hawaii with your with Jason?
I was in Hawaii giving out prostate exams. Is that what the rumor was?
That's
yeah.
right.
Buddy
It was
checks.
fun.
Buddy checks.
Buddy
Yeah.
checks.
Yeah.
Booty checks.
Booty checks.
Booty buddy checks.
We also have with us.
Yeah, the one, the only, the ultimate headbanger, Pidasso.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I was out at a trunk or treat place, and I was asked to leave. Do you believe that? In fact, authorities came and took me away. Apparently, if the kids don't give you treats, you cannot put them in your trunk.
Oh,
I had like 5 kids in my trunk because they would not give me any candy.
Oh.
And then authorities came up and said, open up your trunk. And they almost arrested me, but they finally realized who I was. I was Pidasso.
Ooh, sounds spooky.
It was. But
spooky time.
The kids got away, and everything's good now. So if you go to trunk or treat, give those guys candy, or you will end up in their trunk.
Whoa.
That's my PSA.
I like how I turned into the Cookie Monster on accident.
And behind the 1s and 2s, we have the Cookie Monster, Johnny Knobs.
Hey, everybody, it is I, the Cookie Monster 1, 2, 3.
Hey, you know what? I was out the other day doing another trunk or treat. I wasn't around Stu because he was getting arrested. But I was at a different one, and they were all asking me, hey, how did that guy get his spooky name?
Oh, you mean Spooky Johnny
Knobs?
Ooh,
Yeah.
please tell us.
How did that
I will
happen?
tell you. It is because I eat too many cookies. That's a true story.
What the heck happened? You know what? It started with that headbanger music, and then we were doing wrestling, and then it went to
I don't really know.
This is a professional show, is all you can tell out there.
Very,
Oh,
I don't know what's
awesome.
going on.
I love it.
But it's a
Ooh, I love it.
it's a very scary episode, everybody. So we got a lot of
It's our Halloween show.
spooky
No, we will-
sound effects.
We will turn into our vampire voices. Whoa.
We got a lot of these. all show long. You got plenty of sound effects the whole show. So just beware.
Oh.
That's one of those kids I didn't let out of my trunk.
Oh, really? I thought it was somebody actually heard our show.
Goodness. Okay, I'll hold on to a lot of those. Guys, it's the Halloween Spooktacular.
Yes.
Do you know how many Halloween Spooktaculars we have had since we started the show in 2012?
I think this is
Four?
the first one.
No. You
How
guys
many?
know?
No.
You guys don't know this?
But you know, wait a minute. You never told us how you got your name, your
This is our-
spooky name.
I told you, it's because of something about being the Cookie Monster.
Oh, okay. I was expecting
What's
to.
happened? I ate all the cookies into little knobs, and I went chomp, 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 nom, 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 nom,
There
nom.
you go.
And I ate them so loud.
I was waiting for like the 3-hour explanation.
They said to me, Cookie Monster. I said, yes, this is a cookie. They said, stop chomping so loud. So I chomped them into knobs and I turned them down because I control the volume.
That's my
There
favorite
you
story.
go. That's what I was
gotta be
waiting
the truth.
for.
Yeah.
The volume. That's what I was waiting for. Okay, so anyway, you Spooktaculars. How many have we had?
This is our fifth Spooktacular.
Is it really? I was close.
Fifth,
4. I
yeah.
said number 4.
We missed a couple throughout the years. There was a couple years where we didn't do
Yeah.
Spooktaculars. And then, like 3 years ago, we just forgot to do one, I think. But we've done this is our fourth, I think, since we restarted the show. Third since we restarted the show a couple years ago, pre-pandemic, or maybe the fourth. Crap, maybe it's our sixth. I don't remember.
Wow.
I was wrong. I made that up. It's fifth or the sixth. It's like the fourth, the fifth, or the sixth.
Always stay with your lie.
It's
Always stay
somewhere between 3 and 7.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in between there. My goodness, guys, we have a lot to recap on this Halloween Spooktacular. For one, we did intros, correct? Yeah. The Doorman, guys, he was gone. I know he was doing some booty buddy checks in Hawaii. On
Yeah,
the island
I was
Hawaii.
Yeah, in Hawaii.
Tell us about how's the trip?
No, it was a blast, actually. We went to Kauai.
Was it scary good?
The prices were scary.
Oh, God, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that's what happened. I ran out of money, so I had to come back.
gonna say,
Otherwise, I'd still be
probably.
there.
My gosh.
We went to Kauai, known as the Garden Isle.
Oh,
It is
really?
the oldest aisle. The oldest
It's
one.
the oldest one.
Yes,
You're
I've been there
correct,
before.
sir.
How do they
Very
know?
nice.
You have been there before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, nice.
Did you take the helicopter tour?
No, we did not do that because we ran out of money.
Yeah.
we actually, so what we did is we had to plan, okay, what are we going to do? What are the couple of big things we're going to do? But yeah, so anyway, it's known as the Garden Isle. It's as far as the size of the island, it's not the smallest, right?
No, yeah.
But it is pretty small.
It is very small, yeah.
But there's no building that can be over 3 stories there. So it's very, it's very low key. I mean, if you wanted to, you don't want the hustle and bustle of like Waikiki, Honolulu and stuff. It's very low key. First time I was in Hawaii, though. First time that I experienced the islands at all. And my daughter as well. My wife had been there before. But not this particular island, though. She wasn't on Kauai before. Yeah, it was really fun. It was very relaxing. We had an ocean view room.
Oh, my goodness.
We went on a dinner cruise. That was one of the big adventures on the Nepali coast.
They
So
filmed some of Jurassic Park there, too.
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Really? Kauai?
Gilligan's Island was filmed there. The beach scenes, the ones that weren't in the studio. So they had Gilligan's Island. They had what was the one with Anne Heche and
Here to
Harrison
Eternity.
Ford?
Oh, Indiana Jones?
No, like 7 Nights or something, or the movie
6 days, 7
Six
nights.
Days, 7 Nights.
Yeah.
They filmed that. There was
Wow.
a part that they filmed there. We actually walked on the cliff where they jumped off.
Yeah.
It's on Shipwreck Beach. Anyway, beaches are beautiful. Go ahead.
My favorite movie that takes place partially in Kauai is Honeymoon in Vegas with Nicolas Cage. Have you seen that?
Is that in Kauai?
Yeah.
Really?
He has to go to Kauai to track down his wife. And he's like, yeah, she's
I
in
don't remember
Kauai.
that.
He's on the phone. And they're like, well, which section? And his famous line is,
Sections of Kauai?
there are sections in Kauai? It's the greatest. It's one of the greatest movies.
Because basically they just have that one road.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. What in Kauai? Yeah, that's the thing. In Kauai, you don't have a road that goes all the way around the island. It just kind of does a U shape.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, and speed limit. I think the top limit speed limit is 50 miles an hour there,
Really?
and you
And
cannot
no ma-
honk. You do not honk.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
nobody.
You're not allowed to?
Nobody honked. You can honk, but you're gonna be in trouble, brah.
Really?
Yeah.
Bruh. Yeah.
Do they say bra or bruv in Kauai?
No, it's brah.
Bra? Not
Bra.
bruv. Bruv
Brah.
is more like...
and you say shave ice, not shaved ice.
Oh, shave ice.
It's shave ice, brah.
Kauai shave
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah.
Bra.
So anyway, yeah. So yeah, you do not honk. That was nice, actually.
No
So if
honking,
you made
no.
a mistake and you're in the middle of the road, people aren't honking at you.
What are they
just
doing?
let you
They
do-
flip you off instead?
No,
What are
they just like, okay, just when you're.
Oh, because they live in Kauai. Well, they
Yeah.
have nothing to worry about.
Right,
Yeah.
they're in no rush. You're on island time.
God.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Weather was beautiful. We actually,
volcanoes.
my daughter and I got to swim with turtles. We went snorkeling.
Yeah.
And
Really?
we were actually the
At
beach
the end of the road, right?
What was that?
At the end of the road, the beach at the end of the road.
Beach at the end of the road. I don't know those beaches that are every end of the road. Are you talking about?
That's it.
We were at Poipu Beach, so we were. That's where we were actually staying, and we could walk to the main public beach there. But yeah, they would have turtles that would come up at night, and they sleep on the beach, and then they go in the morning when the light comes out. Then they go back in the ocean. And so so my daughter and I were sitting there snorkeling, checking out fish, and all of a sudden there's come some turtles, and they're just swimming around. And I got some GoPro footage of them. And
Oh, perfect.
yeah, it was unbelievable. Anyway, we went on the dinner cruise in the Napali Coast, beautiful. The other big thing we did was the luau. The luau was okay. I was a little disappointed in general because I think I was
Did you eat
thinking
the pig and stuff?
Yeah, I did. It was great.
Nice. Yeah, they did
my
the
daughter
whole-
would not eat. She would not. Oh, here's the other funny thing about Kauai. Before we get to the luau, is that years ago, I don't know if this is true for all the other islands, but years ago, hurricanes came through, and I guess smashed up the. When the hurricanes came through, they smashed up the chicken pens.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what they have now is they can never get the chickens and the pinned back in the pen.
So the chickens are just everywhere?
They have wild chickens everywhere, and there's no predators for them. So they're just chickens all over the place.
I knew you were going to talk about that as soon as you mentioned that, because
Yeah.
when we went there, chickens were everywhere.
Yeah.
We called them mahalo birds.
Well, it's funny. So when mahalo bird.
yeah, they were
Well,
everywhere.
It's funny when we went to the luau and the guy was talking to us, talking to people, and up there on stage, and he's like, yes, everybody asks us, are the chicken that they're serving, is that the chicken that's running around on the island? And they go, why? They go, it's easier just to go down to Costco and get, so he goes, don't worry, you're eating Costco. He was joking, but yeah, it was really awesome. The luau though, I think I just expected more. In my mind, I had built it up to be more, and it was fun. It was really cool. But yeah, I did it once. It was good. It was one of the top rated luau's on the island. So it's nothing wrong with what they did. They did a great job. But it's just I thought there would be more to it. But it was just basically go check out the pig getting out of the ground that they roasted, and then they give you dinner and they give you the show, and you're out of there.
Yeah.
So.
it was fun. It's a fun island.
Kind of the
to go
Roger
to.
Rockas of Kauai.
Yeah.
Dinner and a show.
So it was like the
No matter where you go, though, you're always a stone's throw from a Subway sandwich shop. They're everywhere.
I didn't see them over there.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah,
when
maybe
I was there, they were like everywhere.
Maybe they got rid of them, but they did have we did. So when we got there, the place we had was a little one bedroom condo, and we of course went to right when we got there. We went to Costco, went to Target, stocked up on food. Try to save a few bucks on that. But yeah, it's expensive. Like everything you want to do. Like they have a cool inner tubing, like these old irrigation canals that they used back in the day, and they have inner tubing where you can pay to be on the inner tube and go through these things. And that is crazy expensive. The dinner cruise was crazy expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, so we had to pick and choose. I wish we could have did it all. They have a lot of hiking trails all throughout the island. I mean, if you're a hiker, it's, dream come true. I mean, just beautiful scenery, and you can just hike all day and night. So
They even have a big canyon. They call it the Grand Canyon of the
Pacific.
islands.
It's
Yeah.
Waimea Canyon.
Yeah, because we
went there.
We flew over that, and the helicopter my daughter was throwing up in the bag
Oh,
and
no.
wiping her face on my shirt. But it's a neat canyon, and also they have the wettest spot on Earth, which is this big mountain. And
It's called the what?
the wettest spot on Earth because it rains there all the time.
Why-
And in Kauai, it's weird. Was it like this for you, where you'll be there all of a sudden it'll rain, and then like a couple minutes later the rain's gone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You just wait a couple minutes and the weather changes.
You drive up to Waimea Canyon, and and I mean just the lookouts and stuff, are just beautiful. I'll share some photos with you guys. I can even post them for the listeners. But I mean, it is beautiful. It looks like the Grand Canyon. It's amazing. And then as you drive further up, then you get these lookouts for the Napali Coast, and those are even amazing. I've seen pictures. I made it up there. The problem is that it's like you're lucky if you get to see it because there's so many clouds and stuff always around. So you can't. So then we did the dinner cruise and we got to see the Napali Coast from the ocean side. But
That's cool.
yeah. Oh, but yeah, it was amazing. My daughter got a little kind of seasick she even took some Dramamine, but a little seasick on the dinner cruise. But man, it was a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, just being out there. I was out in the front of the boat the whole time, the catamaran, water spraying on me. I
That's
had
the
that
best place to
cool
be.
sea hair,
Yeah.
my hair's all, it was like my shorts were all white from the salt. They were black.
Because it's not a
originally.
gentle rocking; it's a big, like a ride, like
Yeah,
a
it's
roller
just like
coaster
up
ride.
and
You're
down,
trying
up
to
and down.
survive.
Even the guy was telling me, he's like, keep your legs straight. The captain, because he's like, I just didn't want me to get bounced off the boat, because I was like surfing.
Oh, yeah.
At one point, but
You had like the net underneath you, that whole thing on the catamaran?
They had it there, but yeah, we didn't go on it. Well, they don't let you on it when they're getting to it because they have to like drive to where they're going, and then they kind of cruise back. That's when you can get on the net. Nobody was up front in the beginning when we're driving to get there.
Yeah.
Everybody was staying back, and of course when everybody wanted to go up front once we were going slow. But they had these beautiful caves that the catamaran we were on was low enough. He actually took us into a cave a little bit and then came out, and like waterfalls coming down. They got raft tours. You can actually go in the caves and stuff. But yeah, it was amazing. I'm glad to be with you guys, but I don't know. I would have stayed otherwise.
How expensive now is it in Kauai? Let's say you want to go buy I don't know, like a meal. Did you guys go out? You guys got like a meal?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to pay probably $20 a person.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
easy.
find a little bit cheaper. You can do like pizza and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, easy $20 a person.
Got it.
I mean, gas was pretty much fairly comparable to what we pay here in California. It was a little more expensive.
Just not crazy.
But figure you throw your room for a week in there and a car rental, and you're paying a nice chunk of change.
Did you go to the Barking Sands beach?
Barking Sands? No, I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, it's one of the beaches towards the end of the road, and
is that going up to Honolulu, or is that has to be going up to Honolulu, right? Honolulu Bay.
But I don't remember, but. The silicone level in the sand is higher than normal, so on hot days, when you walk across, the sand will like bark. It'll go, bark.
Really?
Bark. 'Cause
Really?
You're breaking up the silicone.
Oh, I wish I would have known that. I
cool.
would have for sure stopped there. It was so funny how you run out of, on those kind of trips. It's been a long time since we've been on a big trip like that for quite a few days. But it's amazing how you run out of time. You just think you have all the time in the world. And then you go on that trip, and it's like, even you have your day plan, okay, we're going to hit this, and it's like you just run out.
Gone. Yeah.
Towards the last day, we're like, okay, what do we need to see? What else? And we're trying to get everything we can in.
You think you did a good job, and then you find out later from other things you've missed so much.
Yeah, like you're talking
I wish
about.
I would have saw this. I wish I would have saw that.
Oh, yeah, that's always the
Damn it.
worst, right?
Well, I'll tell you, the main points there is like Honolulu Bay was beautiful. That's a big bay up at the top north end of the island. They have this nice pier that goes out, and it's very shallow all the way out. I mean, it's amazing. A lot of the beaches is very shallow, quite a ways out, So, but that was a beautiful area. And then as you come down, Anini Beach was amazing. That's another one we went to. Poipu. We went to Shipwreck. We went to what was it? Salt Pond Beach, and that was okay. It's a good place to snorkel, but there wasn't a lot of. You're like out there in the blazing sun. There wasn't a lot of cover. And let's see, what else did we hit? I think that's about the major beaches we hit.
You said the canyon was called Waimea, right?
Waimea Canyon, yeah.
Did you get any good coffee in Kauai?
We did. We stopped by. Interesting you say that. One of the places we stopped by was the Kauai Coffee Company.
Yep, that's a famous one, yeah.
And that's a famous one. And you can actually, there's a little self-guided tour. It doesn't take you long, but they have this gift shop. But the way it's set up, it's a beautiful little place. And they have a little bit of the history of the area. And of the farm, and then they have you can of course sample all the coffees, and you can do the little tour, and that Kauai Coffee Company. There was a remnants of a Russian fort there.
Oh,
I guess way back in the day, Russia had built a fort, and you can go there and kind of check it out. That's kind of cool. That's close to the Kauai Coffee Company. Hanapepe is a little artsy town. That's the town where Lilo. It's supposed to be the town that was the inspiration for the town in Lilo and Stitch.
Oh,
so but it's a little artsy town. I mean, a lot of places around there, of course, because it's a touristy place. But a lot of places are have these little gift shops and stuff. But this place is supposed to be kind of more so artsy, and it's really cool. We ate at this place called Japanese Grandma's, and it was amazing. Yeah, really good food. It was really cool because it's very low key. You go out in the back. It's kind of like this little backyard, little restaurant. But it's so cool and quaint, and the food was just amazing. So.
I love. I just pulled it up. They have they have like sushi and things like that.
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like.
yeah.
yeah. Sounds good.
But it's funny. Speaking of that, my daughter. So when we're going back to the luau, my daughter, she got grossed out when they pulled the pig out of the, when they're roasting the pig in the ground. And it's a big ceremony, and they pulled it out. And she's like, whoa,
Really?
So she wouldn't eat any pork. She already wasn't eating chicken because there was too many chickens running around.
Was it like one of the first times she saw a full pig? Possibly.
I think it was the first time she saw it roasted like that.
Yeah, it's like an actual pig. Just it's not just meat.
I mean, she
it's
knows
actually
that.
an animal.
Yeah, she knows bacon comes from.
Of
she
course,
knows where it comes from.
It is
but
different though to actually see the animal.
Yeah.
I remember
With
the
the
first
head on.
time. Yeah, the first time I was around and saw them like chopping chicken heads and like breaking their necks and things. That was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
that was kind of a shocker.
One time I was at a Hmong funeral and we were coming in through the back, because I was a director at the time. We were delivering a body, and I just walk in the back just as I see this room covered in plastic tarp, and they're reaching over and cutting a pig's throat.
Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
And I'm going, oh my god,
that's it.
and that's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really cool. There's a lot of history there. Old Kaloa Town, is where one of the big sugar plantations were.
Sugarcane was big back then.
And I mean, so it was amazing. They have the tree tunnel. That's a little famous
That's awesome.
thing.
Yeah, I like the tree.
Yeah, tree tunnel is a 100-year-old eucalyptus grove of trees that just lines about a mile long that line this part of the road. And I guess it was put in by a big back in the day a plantation baron, sugar cane baron, and I think it was a cattleman too. And anyway, he had these imported from like New Zealand or something. These eucalyptus, and so they've been there ever since.
Because they wanted to keep the horses cool as they went and moved the sugar cane, so it was a way to cool down the horses.
So yeah, there's so much history there.
It's I like it because it's really low key.
Yeah.
It's not as go as Maui and other places. It's just really low key.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't spend as much time like Lahui is kind of the main. That's where you fly in. Now you have to fly to Honolulu, and then you fly from Honolulu to Lahui. So you have to fly, and it's like a short flight.
Is that one of the sections in Kauai?
Huh?
Is that one of the sections in Kauai?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. It's on the east side of Kauai. You got Lidgate Beach. We really didn't stop there. But anyway, we didn't spend a lot of time there. That's where they have that's kind of the main town I was getting at, though, where they have like the Costco and Target and Walmart and all the, that's kind of more. If you want KFC, they got it there.
Right.
Isn't flying into Kauai kind of scary, though? Because you're looking out the window and you're like going down on the water just about before you hit the
I don't know. I kind of like. I mean, I didn't feel
looking
scary
it,
at all.
Oh my
I was
god, we're like going down in the water. It's like shit.
Well, no, you know what? No, I'll tell you. The scary one is when we went to Aruba. Now that was crazy. When we flew into Aruba, it's like literally you feel like that. You feel like, oh my gosh, where's the runway? Because you just feel like you're going right in the water. But
funny.
yeah, no, it was a blast. It was amazing. People there,
Highly recommend.
very nice, amazing. Highly recommend going to Kauai and for me, it was a good first trip. It was funny because, not funny, haha, but we were originally supposed to go to Maui. The fires happened. And and we were kind of in a position where it's like, okay, because we were still a little ways out from our trip, but we're like, they're going to be rebuilding. I don't know if they need us there. You know what I mean?
Right,
I know they need the tourist dollars, and I understand that, but at the same time, you've got a lot of people that are still homeless in Lahaina in Maui, and they're using the hotel rooms for them. So it's like if you have tourists coming in, then they have to kick out those. So we felt it was really kind of we're like, well, let's just do another island, and I'm kind of glad we did because
I've been to both, and Kauai is a lot better. But I'm more of a low key person.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Yeah, me too. I loved it. I mean, it was amazing. Couldn't get my daughter out of, she wanted every day. Oh, let's go to the beach. Oh, let's go. She wanted to be in the water 24/7. She was.
Tell her about the sea snakes and the sharks. Gotta get her out.
Well, no, she knows about this. She kept saying, Dad, am I gonna, swim with a shark? I go, I don't know. She goes, I don't want to see one. I go, okay. But the funny thing was my daughter, and she's flown before, but now she's getting older.
Sure.
And so she asked me the question, as we're up in the air. She's like, Dad, she goes, the flights are safe, right? And I go, yeah. She goes, well, then why did they tell us all this information about if we do a water landing and all that, And I'm like, no. I said, they've got to tell you that.
Was it her first time on a plane?
No. This is her second.
Okay.
And
it's a little late if we're already doing the water landing and they try to explain it.
Yeah, exactly. They just have to do it. It's regulation. They have to tell you that. But it's funny how their mind, children's minds work, right? I'd probably be thinking the same thing, right? If this thing's so safe, why are you telling me all these emergency?
Like, why do I have seatbelts in a car if it's safe?
Yeah, but no, flight was pretty good. Really not bumpy or anything at all. No turbulence. It was a fun time overall. We had an amazing time. So
Cool.
I have
That's
this
awesome, man.
OCD condition where I have to eat even amounts of food.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's pulling out
like
the pretzels right
Yeah,
now.
because I was pulling
peanut
out
butter
pretzels.
filled
I pulled out
pretzels.
3 and I go, I got to have one
How
more.
old are those things? Been here since?
They've been here since we started podcasting
No,
back.
I bought
2020.
these. I brought these out last time Marty and I did a show, which was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It seems like I've seen those sitting there for a while.
'Cause I buy them all
Because
the
I've
time.
eaten them. I've eaten on some of those too.
Yeah,
Like,
I buy them all the time. I go through a jar like every 2 weeks. Okay, Doorman.
yeah, so that was our adventure. I heard Stu had a little adventure of his own.
Yeah, Stu, how did
what's
the,
going on with you, Stu?
Well, so a friend of mine, George the Giant out of Bakersfield, he has a museum of oddities and wonders that he has every year around Halloween. It's really neat. You can see a lot of bizarre things, and George is out there talking about the items that he has. And he'll do sword swallowing, and he'll do blockhead thing where he like hammers a nail into his head, through his nose, of course. And he'll do other things. Sometimes he even lets you staple like money to his forehead.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah. So he does
Wow.
all those things. So you get a show, you get to see a lot of interesting things.
It's just really you're just really stapling stuff for his forehead. There's not like a special
Yeah.
trick to it.
Yeah, it was funny
Does he
because he
bleed?
says, he goes, I wanted to learn how to do this. And so I asked the guy who did it, I go, what kind of staples do I use to do this? So this guy grabbed the stapler that he uses, staples George's arm several times and says, this kind.
Just normal.
Yeah, so he goes chugga chugga in his arm. So George had to dig him out of his arm and figure, it's just normal staples. It's an actual thing.
So he just like,
Oh, my
it's just like
gosh.
if I went and did it and just, hey, staple my forehead. That's essentially the trick.
Yeah, and you just managed your pain levels. I
Golly.
guess.
And does he bleed on his forehead?
Uh-huh.
If
Oh,
he's-
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
It's a hard way to make a couple of bucks.
I was
yeah.
gonna say he's probably got scar tissue up there, all kinds of scar
yeah.
tissue.
But hey, it's just staples, I guess. I don't know.
Huh.
Anyways, also this year he had a painting by John Wayne Gacy.
Oh.
Who was a serial killer, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
A
And he used
clown.
it was a clown, a Pogo the Clown. So he had an actual painting by John Wayne Gacy there.
Oh.
So he decided he was going to have a night market. So he invited me on Friday the 13th and to come down with a bunch of other vendors and try to sell some of the things that we create.
Now this is in Bakersfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did I miss that in the beginning, or I don't know?
I don't
if
know.
you said that, but
It's in Bakersfield,
So it's in
so-
Bakersfield,
Want to start over?
and he has a But he
Yeah.
so he has a shop down there, right?
He sets up shop.
No,
I thought he actually had a building. You said at
No.
one time.
Yeah, he goes into a building, but he rents the building.
Oh,
just for the
sorry,
Halloween
okay.
Season. But it's something neat. It's something worth going to see. And so, anyways, he had this night market. So I brought a lot of my little creations that I make, like the babies with the brains exposed and
Yeah.
lights coming out of it and a tube in there.
If anybody wants to see it, they should go on. I don't know if you want to give out your Instagram, but you should. If you want to, they should check out your Instagram. You got
Yeah.
amazing artistic pieces on
Oh,
there.
thank you.
It's called your Instagram.
It's
called,
it's under Valley of Ashes Sanatorium. Valley of Ashes under
yeah.
like slash.
I'll have the
yeah,
link in
okay.
the show notes.
Oh,
It's a
cool.
Valley of Ashes Sanatorium.
Yeah.
So me and my daughter went out there and we, played up the whole thing. We sold patient tags where you could self-diagnose yourself as a psychopath or as a
Oh, cool.
lunatic. And sold brain babies, sold some of the alligator head dolls.
I mean, you're saying
made.
tags. It's those dog tags that
It's like
you
dog
wear.
tags,
yeah,
yeah.
dog tags you wear around your neck. Yeah, that was cool. I saw it. Yeah, you showed me them earlier. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked awesome.
And so it was great. It was great to go out and see everyone and, meet people and see them react to the stuff that I make. And I have a ton of positive reactions. Actually sold some, expensive things. So it was a good time.
Did you tell everybody about No Focus out there?
I was going to, but I was out of stickers.
What about cards? We had to get some
Unreal.
cards. Yeah, every item sold, you got to give them a card.
That's right.
Really? I
The
know.
no-
I said, here's a
The
card.
No
too."
Focus. I said, tell them this is free. This one's free.
What you do is every time you give them a receipt or you say, would you like your receipt emailed to you, you just send them a link to the No Focus Radio.
Yeah, click on this to get your receipt.
But I went with my daughter, and she's a big help because, whenever you sell something that you made, you get kind of flustered. You go, oh, my God, someone's actually buying something. So
Yeah.
she had to run the
Awesome.
credit card or do whatever just to, help me out because I was like.
And you said you sold quite a bit, right?
I did pretty well. I was surprised. I did
Good
much
for
better
you,
than I
man. That's
thought I
awesome.
what were the crowds pretty big out there?
would. The first night it was. The second night the second time I did it, because I just got done doing it the 27th of October, and it wasn't as big a crowd, but I did as well, if not a little bit better than I did the first night.
Oh, wow.
So it was like my first time selling my things or even showing my things to the public. So it's kind of neat when they, so many people connect to the weird stuff that you make, just because you feel driven to do so.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
Did you sell your alligator people?
I didn't sell any alligator people, but I sold a few brain babies.
Yeah.
And a lot of tags and some miscellaneous stuff like a Dibbit box.
Ooh.
Divot. What is that?
Well, okay, so a Dibbit box is a box that contains a demon, right? You trap a demon
great.
in this box.
Good Lord.
And a friend of mine sent it to me. Okay, so I have a friend, an Instagram friend.
A friend. Yeah.
You know how Instagram friends are. You feel like you know them after a while.
Sure.
So I had one, and you could tell this woman, very good artist, but she was like manic depressive, and she would go through her depressive phase, and then she'd go into her manic phase where she was creating all this stuff, and then she'd fall into her depressive phase where she would get rid of it. So
I thought that's just called Life in America.
Right, that's what, yeah, but they have a name for it. It's
Okay.
Manic depressive. But I bought a doll from her because she's really good at creating these dolls.
Oh, is that the one you bought the doll from that you showed us
No,
a
I
long
don't
time
think
ago?
So maybe, I don't know. It depends because
Yeah.
I buy a lot of dolls.
The doll with the big eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Wrath. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
And so when I bought it, she sent me some extras, and she sent me one of the Dibbit boxes that she created, and it has like stuff inside, but it's covered in wax, so you can't really open it. And she did a great job making this, but I have no use for it, and I go, I don't know what to do with this. So I wanted to sell it, so I was selling it for like $25, and someone came along and bought it.
Oh, wow.
It was really weird because the guy saw it, looked at it, really liked it, walked away, came back and said, I just got to buy this.
Oh, that's
man.
cool.
So I'm thinking, man, I got to start making Dybbuk boxes.
There's many people with like mind out there like you, Stu.
Yeah, it's
they're
weird, though,
into the
because-
weird and the wacky and the wild.
Also, it's like, we just don't sell an item. We create a story around the item itself.
Yeah.
I'm on your Instagram page and I see these dolls, but this one is so realistic.
Yeah, that's
How did you make this guy?
out of a lot of
I say, where's the brain sticking out on this?
Right,
this
I
one?
covered his brain and hair. Actually, that's a picture of my grandson. And he's wearing one of the psychopath tags because all children are psychopaths.
It's great.
No, he's growing. You're definitely having him grow up correctly with all this. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so there are pictures on the Instagram of your booth right here. We're looking at of your little setup, your tables.
It was a night market, so we had to provide our own lights, which was a whole entire learning curve. But
oh wow.
But I went through and brought some plant grow lights, put them up, and it worked out really well. I was really happy with the whole entire event. But
Little videos are cool, like the kind of like old school.
Yeah, they look like they're the old.
I like that. Is this a filter? What is this? How'd you do that?
No,
That's nice.
35 millimeter film. No, actually, it's a filter through. It's an old filter that I got a long time ago for my iPhone.
That's great.
Oh wow.
So I just filmed it and edited it out.
So you got like tubes coming out of the babies, these little dolls, babies.
Yeah.
heads.
So I originally started this because I had these babies that I bought from a swap meet, and I thought I kind of want to mess them up. So I just started cutting them, and I thought, okay, well, let's do this with it, and let's do that with it.
Now this is very spooky.
Oh, this is perfect for Halloween.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Now you've actually got dolls across the street when they were throwing them out on the curb too, right?
Yeah, just all these little
Yeah, they're
doll
all.
parts. And it's weird because you get this stuff, and you don't have a lot of money invested in it, but you put it all together in a certain way, and people are willing to give you some like real money for it.
Yeah, no, it's this. I mean, you're like I've told you before. I mean, you're definitely an artist. I mean, the creative stuff you do is amazing, and I mean, I've even taken from you some ideas, like the one where I still have to make it, but where you have the hand and you put the camera in it. The wooden hand. Yeah, that you made, and then you had the light bulbs and the flash of the camera, the old timey camera. Just as kind of pieces you would put up on a shelf, for display. So yeah, man, it's amazing, just the stuff you do. You truly are an artist. I don't know. You should do more of these.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Well, now what's this monster? You were mentioning Monster Palooza. Where does that take place?
George
at?
and his wife, George bought a doll for me, and I was talking with him and his wife, and he was saying, you need to go to Monster Palooza, which is like in the LA area.
And now does that deal with just creators like
creators who do
different monster
oddities.
things? Yeah. Okay.
Because a lot of people liked what I did, and they were kind of on the fence about getting it, but real oddity collectors, they said, would be all over it. They would they said you would sell out at Monster Palooza or other things.
Was the wife complaining about running out of room in the house with all these?
No,
with all your
Yeah, she
creations?
was just very happy to have some of them out of the house.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a win-win.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
It's,
you should go to Monster Palooza. This is like right up your alley. This would be cool.
Yeah.
well, it's kind of it's nice
But it's
to.
just like how much is a table? It's all the other.
Oh,
it's
you
gonna
got to
be
pay
exp-
for
yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because you got to figure in cost. You got to figure out how much is my table, how much is the gas, how much I probably have to spend the night because it's over several days.
Also, I don't know if I trust it when to get information about it. Like, how much does it cost? What you have to email a guy called the Rubber Room 101 at AOL.com.
AOL.
What is
AOL, that's a red
happening?
flag right there.
Red
AOL.
flag, dude. I'm telling you, I don't know.
Oh my
about
gosh,
this.
does that guy have dial-up?
Maybe I'll just go to Midsummer Screen.
That's
or
even
something.
scarier if the guy has dial-up. Whoa.
Golly. Oh, spooky! Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, but it's cool to. What I was going to say is it's cool to when you create these things, right? That people come in and actually will buy them, but enjoy them, and you get to watch people's reactions for something you created. And you're kind of like, well, I created. I don't know who would really like it, but man, it's like there's a lot of people that are like, wow, that's so cool.
Because whenever you create things like this, you create it in a vacuum where it's just you alone creating these weird things. And when you see other people like react, they get smiles. They're like, "Oh, this is so neat," and they walk up.
How'd
to your
you think
booth.
of that? How'd you do that? Yeah.
And so that was worth it right there. And just selling anything was a bonus after that. But it was just to have that reaction from people.
Yeah.
So it was really worth it just to kind of like make what I do more legit. Say, oh my gosh, okay, I'm making something people actually like. They're not going to go, oh my God, what's wrong with you, and put me away again.
Well, like I told you earlier, I think you found a niche market here. And did you hand out? Now, I was joking with you about the no focus, but what about your cards, business cards, or anything? Did you hand out any information where people can buy stuff from you
I
online?
did hand out business cards because business cards are like the first thing you throw away. Mostly what I do is I
drop on the floor in a portable bathroom.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So what I did is I have my Instagram account, so I have a little thing that you could scan and they could
Oh, okay,
join my
gotcha,
Instagram.
yeah.
That way they could follow me and what I'm doing and see what I'm up to.
That's very
Smart.
2020s,
So
right?
it's a cute. I have my daughter help me out, and she wants to make a success out of me. So,
that's sweet.
He showed me.
Which
do
daughter
this.
is this? Your older?
My
or
oldest, yeah.
Your oldest, okay.
And
the porch pirate.
the porch
out there.
pirate Joe, yeah.
Joe, for those of you
So
out there
she
listening.
got me onto Square, the Square reader where I could take credit cards because I would have lost a few sales if I didn't have a credit card reader. So she got me onto that, and also she told me, you got to do Instagram where you have a QR code. They get to scan it and join you. And I go, okay, I'll do that.
Why didn't we think of that at the beer fest? Did we have a QR code out there? I don't remember.
I
so long
doubt
ago.
it. We did. We had a wheel.
Did you have a prize wheel, Stu?
See what the prize is.
Let's see. There it is. We still have it in studio.
Oh, a photo with Stu.
Yeah, photo.
Refill
Photo
our
with-
beer.
Hey, refill our beer.
Yeah, I like that one better.
Refill our root beer.
That's great.
Yeah, no, that's very cool, man. Hopefully, you'll get some business online too from that. Where
Yeah,
people.
because there were like some people who like wanted to buy something, but they had someone with them who they didn't want them to know what they were going to get them, so they took my QR code, and excuse me, but it was a great experience. But like I said, I first time out there with the public with my creations, and it went so positive that I definitely want to do bigger, better shows, but I just have to create a bunch more stock.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like cutting up baby dolls.
Well, like I told you, if you're a one-man band here, it's hard to do a whole bunch of stock. You're going to have to just do one creation at a time and just probably sell it for a higher price because it's original.
Boutique. It's boutique.
Yeah.
because each one's different.
Yeah, each one's exactly. So, yeah, amazing.
That's good.
What about you? What have you been up to, Johnny?
My goodness, what have I been up to? I have been my biggest thing. I've been redoing. I built a let me go back. I'm redoing my yard. I'm working on my yard to make my yard very kid friendly.
Okay.
So over the last couple,
and it was looking
weeks,
good last time I saw it.
Yeah,
though.
thank you. I last
like the
couple
barbed
of
wire.
weeks. Yeah, barbed wire's nice.
And the mines, the
electric
landmines?
fence. Yeah.
They're low yield.
Over the last maybe 4 months, I have put in a kind of a pebble area to have like I guess I'd call it like a backyard deck area for a fire pit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I built
love
a
fire.
raised garden bed. So I'm teaching Gwen how to garden, so she's already
Nice.
picking lettuce and saying pick, and watering
Good.
on the greens. I put in some edging around the whole yard and then added in some like wood chips and things like that. And then the last couple of days I built put together, I didn't like build it from scratch, a big play set outdoors, like a swing set with a slide and all of that. So I finished that yesterday. So that's kind of been my side projects, is redoing the yard to make it very like a park for Gwen to go outside and play. That was kind of been my last couple of things. And then doing a lot of stuff kind of around the house, because big news. I guess I'll just announce it on the show. Maybe. I got to ask my wife first.
Okay.
I don't know. I know we'll just announce it. People know. We're having a second child.
Hey!
Big news. Big
Congrats.
news.
Big
Yeah.
news.
Spooky!
Congrats to you. Exactly. Spooky news.
Spooky news. Yeah, so we have.
You think one kid was scary?
No.
Do you know the sex, or is it a she, he,
No, we're
them,
going
they,
to
or
find out.
whatchamacallit?
Yeah, we're looking for. They said it might be a.
What?
Gonna get in trouble. No, scratch that. We'll
Don't
just-
say it. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out in about a week, actually.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, pretty exciting.
Ooh, that is. So you guys are definitely finding out then.
We're
You
gonna
want to
find
know
out,
what it is.
absolutely. I would
You're not
like
one
to
of those
know.
that want to be surprised.
Not at all.
Buy
No.
everything yellow.
No,
So we're
see, I would like to know
surprised.
if I can use all of Gwen's hand-me-downs for
Yeah.
things, or if I have to go buy like
It's a boy.
boy things.
I'm gonna call it right now. It's a boy. What do you think, Stu?
Oh my gosh, this is big news.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna say it's a boy.
Okay, just off the top of my head, I'm going to say boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
okay.
have any
Yeah.
information.
So we got
but
2 votes for a boy. We'll see. If you guys out there, if you want to put on Discord, what do you think
Yeah.
it is? Yeah, boy or girl?
Oh,
I'm gonna
winners
put
will
in the
be
show
flown to
notes.
Kauai one way.
Yeah,
Gotta work your way back.
Doorman votes boy, and Stu
Doorman and Stu votes boy. Yeah.
votes boy.
We should do a Twitter
Wow.
poll. Oh, we should
That's
do
huge.
a Twitter poll. Doom a bow, a bow, 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 a bow. It's time for a poll.
It's not Don's
It's
poll.
not Don's poll.
Down.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Don a boy or a girl?
So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to.
And it's not twins. You guys know for sure.
No, it's not twins. It's not twins.
Okay.
You know that. So that's kind of been my life. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a lot of busy stuff coming.
Yeah, doing that,
Whoa.
kind of getting the house. I'm ripping. So I did all of that, and then I'm in the process of ripping all of this. I just kind of started in the studio. I'm ripping down some areas, and I'm going to redo some of the studio and make it a bit more usable, and clean it up and get rid of some stuff. In fact, I have this beautiful. I'll offer it to you guys first. I have a 60-inch, I think, Panasonic.
Wow.
It's actually really nice. It's a little bit old, but it is a top of the line at the time. It's a top of the line plasma. The last year that Panasonic made their plasma TVs.
And you tell me this now? I needed a TV like what
Did you?
couple of months
I
ago. Remember
know.
that my TV went. My 3D TV. Does it have 3D?
No, not 3D. You don't want 3D.
No, I do.
No, you don't want that. Nobody likes that.
Oh, 3D is awesome.
Nobody likes those TVs.
Yes, the best.
The best plasma TV of all time, rated like forever, was the Panasonic plasmas, and I have the last year they made.
Wow.
Very nice. So super nice picture.
Is that 99? When did they make that?
It's a 2000 and maybe not that old actually. It's probably a 2014 or 2015. It's not
okay.
too old, not too old actually.
Okay. Why'd you switch your TV out? If it
'cause
worked, it still works, right?
Still works great.
Yeah.
It's the thing about plasmas are they get very hot. They produce
Oh,
a
okay.
ton of heat. So when
And
I
they use a ton of energy.
they use quite a bit of energy.
Oh, great.
But I mean, they look great, and because they look at the blackest blacks on a TV, so it's amazing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a beautiful picture.
beautiful
plasma.
picture.
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's just it gets very very warm. So you'd watch a movie and we'd all start sweating. And it's heavy. So
Well, you could watch a movie and have a sauna in the same
watch,
room.
Great
watch
during the winter.
Backdraft, and it would make sense.
There you go. Yeah.
winter it was great. Summer it was just unusable. So yeah. So anyways, it's nice, but I've been keeping it because it just looks so nice.
How about this?
However,
The winner,
it's
the
only
winner
gonna
of
do-
the boy girl competition
Gets a TV?
for the viewers. It gets a
That's
TV.
not
Just
bad.
come and pick it up.
You come pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Free TV.
So I'm redoing the studio, so that's gonna be my next
Yeah.
big thing. I'll be moving. I'll be redoing all of this. I putting some pegboard up. I'm going to get some different shelving. I'm going to go through all of this
Yeah,
stuff.
I know some of the curtains were down.
Yep,
when we
curtains are
came in
down.
here,
I'm
and-
actually putting up some better curtain stuff. Yeah, we're kind of redoing the studio and garage.
You're digging the orchestra pit a little bit deeper for
a little
our,
bit
our
deeper
band.
for the band, and yeah, it's going to be.
You got the chains and stuff up for our guests.
And the dungeon.
Yep.
Yeah, the dungeon with the chains. Yeah.
So that's kind of that's my life at this point.
For viewers that don't, or listeners that don't like the show.
So that's it. They go
As if there were any. Come on.
yeah. So that's it. But guys, this is some
Spooky.
pretty good. This part of the show is called the show follow up. It's time for the show follow up.
Who are you following?
It's the
Follow
show.
me.
Don't follow
I'll follow
me.
you.
I'm following the show.
I'm following you.
Last time.
Follow.
Hey guys, what happened last time on the show?
Follow.
I didn't listen.
What happened last time? Let's do a follow up. It's time for a follow up. Oh,
Gotta follow it
do a
up.
follow up. We
Yeah.
got some things to follow up.
Whoa. Here we go. Follow it up.
Oh, it's time for a follow up. Ow, 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 ow. Okay.
Oh, you okay over there?
Oh no, I hurt myself.
I said, yeah, be careful.
I followed too hard.
Sacroiliac.
Too big of a follow. Okay, so a couple shows ago, we talked about this Thai restaurant that
Shall we mention
a
it?
bunch of racists. I forget the name of it.
Now it's
originally
called
was.
Love and Thai.
It got called Love and Thai. So they got shut down. They
New one.
reopened Love
Yeah.
and Thai. And a good friend of the show, Jason, friend of the show, went actually and checked it out. He heard the podcast. He said, let's go support it. Because I said, we got to go support them. And he went and he supported them. And he gave them a C-.
He gave him a review, which was a C-.
Yeah, which was
Wow.
rough. That was a rough review.
Does he mention any reason?
Yes, he says that it was a, quote, not very good. The rice was mushy, the curry was watery, and the pad thai was dry.
Wow.
So not a glowing review.
Yeah.
That was kind of sad. So, yeah, I feel made me think maybe they didn't get shut down because of the rumors. Maybe just the food.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
could be. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say. I would say, hey guys, still, maybe don't take our word for it.
Just one guy's review. Don't
Just
go by
one
that.
guy's
Just go see
review.
be your own reviewer.
So go check it out.
Well, thanks, Jason, for sending that in. We appreciate it, man.
I do. I
Viva.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. There is some of the reviews on Yelp gave it some good reviews. Love the price point and broad menu items. That's a fake.
Were they family members?
I was gonna say that's not real. Love the price point. Come on.
Who says
Yeah.
that?
Who says that? Come on. Did they buy that?
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I just saw 14 hours ago. ABC 30 did a story just 14 hours ago. Love and Thai pushed back their grand opening because they got, oh my gosh, I feel terrible. They got vandalized. Oh my gosh.
It wasn't Jason, was it?
Oh.
That was embarrassing.
They had a ribbon cutting with local leaders. Oh man, give it one, guys. Let's give it one more shot. Marty's gonna go give it one more shot and let us know how it is. Thank you, Marty. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. If you guys, hey, check out our Discord. If you guys go check out this restaurant,
Yeah.
leave some comments in the Discord for us
check
about what
that
you
out.
think, and then we'll read them on the air.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then also, this is another follow up. We talked about Stephen J. Cochran's
Spooky.
board game, the spooky game Morticians RPG. Yeah. And I said that, you know what, we're gonna follow up. We're gonna play with him. We're gonna learn how to do it. And then Marty and I talked about how we're bad at learning game instructions and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Stephen did reach out. Just want to say, Stephen, this is for you. We didn't forget about you. Life is crazy, as you heard. I just had a big announcement, so we're doing a lot of stuff around here. But we do want to play the game on the air. Marty's going to do a little editing, and then we're going to talk about it and have you on the show.
Yep.
So we're pretty excited about that. We just got to bear with us as I am looking for a date that works for all of us.
Yeah.
Our schedules are a bit nuts.
It's crazy, right? Especially with the holidays coming up. It
Oh
is
my
just
gosh, I know.
Crazy
And
right
so
now.
my-
We
It
like
might
tall
honestly-
girls with long legs and big
Yeah.
not that kind of date.
What are you talking about?
You said you got to.
What is he talking about?
Oh, yeah.
for all of us.
Yes, for all of us.
I think she would work for all of us.
Yeah, if we got one, like if she
One-
was
one
really
really
tall,
hot girl,
if she was
really
really hot,
tall,
and really
yeah.
tall, it'd be enough for all of us.
I have no idea what's going on.
So, anyways, in the meantime, guys, check out. It's in the show notes. Play.morticiansrpg.com. Check out the game. You can go on the Kickstarter. You can purchase it from now. So check that out. And then now, because it is our Halloween Spooktacular, we have to move into
Uh-oh.
some spooky things.
It's time for Spooky Day.
Ooh, it is time time.
That was our date.
Oh my goodness.
That was a listener again. They actually heard
So
the show.
this is actually super
I
spooky.
turned up the volume.
Guys, this is crazy spooky. PG&E rates are going
No.
up an additional 22%.
22%.
No.
Check this out. The quarterly rates report that details that rates from January 20. If you're going, man, my PG&E bill's a little bit expensive. Since January 2021 till now, your rate on average has gone up 38%. It's gone up 92% from 2014.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
That is
And-
ridiculous. Where's the story from?
But this is from KCRA.com.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. KCRA 3.
It's ABC.
Got
Or
it.
NBC.
ABC. Gotcha.
NBC.
Got it.
Got the NBC Peacock.
But I also want you guys to
Sacramento.
realize
Oh
that
my
this is really the trickiest part, though, is that when they say the rates, and I kind of looked at this, when they say the rates have gone up, they don't.
Factor in inflation.
Well, they don't factor in inflation, and then they don't also factor in like compounding. So if they say it went up 4% from 2020, from 2020 to 2021,
Okay.
and then it goes from 2021 to 2022, they'll say, "Oh, it's up 4%." But remember, it's 4% from the increased price from the year
Already,
before.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing people really. Same thing with inflation. This is why people don't understand. When
So
they're
it's
like,
on top, on top, on top,
yes,
on top.
and that's one of the biggest things that people also really don't understand a lot about how like these pricing and inflation things happen. So let's say something is $1 and it goes up, to make it easy, 10%, and now it's $1.10.
Okay.
Right. And then the next year they say, well, it went up 10%.
10%.
But you go, oh, okay, well then I guess you add another 10 cents to that? No, because it's 10% from $1.10.
$1.10.
Right. So now it's 11 cents. Same. So it's always it compounds.
Yeah, it's compounding.
So
Exactly,
people
yeah.
really don't understand that. It really, really hurts.
They will when they're living in the dark.
Right.
This son of a gun. How am I going to pay off my
So-
Kauai trip with these?
You're never going to.
More
So-
buddy checks.
So they actually have said that they already approved a cost increase of I think 2 to 4% each year for the next 5
Oh,
years.
jeez.
And now they just asked the let me find the actual.
So who are the stooges on this panel that are going along with this? Because don't they have to go through a commission
Oh yeah, it's a non-elected administrative
panel
panel. Yeah,
made up of
Non-elected
ex-PG&E people?
PG&E
Probably.
employees, yeah, executives.
22%. They say this counts not just for inflation, but also the high prices of wholesale natural gas, is what they're saying.
Well, now I don't completely fault PG&E for this either. Now, we've talked about it many times on the show. They're shutting down energy production in this country, and obviously we have
Right.
to get it from other places because we still need energy, and it's going to be crazy money to transport it over here,
Sure.
to get it in here, to buy it and get it in here.
I fault them though.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a culmination of everybody. I mean, I'm not saying they're not without fault. I'm saying that I don't completely fault PG&E. It's like everybody gets excited about the person in front of them, right?
Right.
They want to yell, "Oh, it's their boss!" But it's also our politicians.
Sure.
It's also the non-elected bureaucrats. It's also, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How are we going to afford this?
You're not.
Who can?
You won't. Nobody's going to be able to afford it. However, just so you guys understand, like the pricing in California is already insane. This is an article from 2008. This is from 2018, mind you. In 2018, and I'll post this in the show notes because I know people are like, "You're a liar." I read that Texas has bad electricity rates. In
hate that
2018, California
I know.
paid in 1 year in August. So our rates in August jumped to 19 cents per kilowatt hour. That was in
Okay.
2018. That was 110% higher than Texas's rates.
Wow.
So it still was the highest in 48. That was when it was 2018, 19 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay. Do you guys know how much our current price per kilowatt hour is?
$3,000.
Probably 20. I'd say 23 cents.
Ooh. Let's see. It is on average it goes anywhere from its average is 38 cents.
No, that's a
But
lot.
it goes up during peak night, so when you're at home, it's 54 cents.
Oh,
my God.
So I want you to understand this. So this is where the lie is. So when I told you that it went up 110%, remember I said that?
Yeah.
I said, guys, it went up 110%. since 2014. Oh, no, I said it went up 92% since 2014 is what I told you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's BS. Because in 2018, it was 19 cents. And now we're at average 34 cents, but it goes up to 54 cents during normal usage hours.
That's way more.
So in real life, it's gone up like, what is that, 200 and some odd percent?
Sounds right.
So this is a fake. Even though they're like, oh, it's gone up this much. That's also BS. It's gone up.
You got to throw that out.
Much higher than that.
Yeah.
Let's kids gather around the candle, tell
Yeah.
ghost stories at night.
So 2018, we were at actually right here. I just read. Let's see here. California price per kilowatt hour 65.46 cents per kilowatt hour during peak hours at home is the standard. You think about that. 65.
What is it? 65?
65.46 during peak hours. This is, and let's say at home rates because it's not like business rates. That's insane.
No, that is out of control.
We are at currently 76% higher than the national average, and they're going to raise it an additional 22%.
And then guess what? Politicians come out and say, "Oh, the poor public can't afford it. Vote for me, and I'm going to do all this wonderful stuff." And it's like, and it just goes up and up and up.
I honestly don't understand. Anyways, I don't know how we're supposed to.
Well, no. How are we supposed to do it? I mean, they have all these programs, but of course, half the people don't even qualify for this stuff, right? To get the lower rates.
No.
And we're already. I was going to ask you, Stu. I mean, I'm already. You made that joke, but about the candle, we're already cutting back. I mean, in the summertime, we've got it at like 80 degrees now.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
The house.
Yep.
And we're turning off all the lights. We hardly ever do the laundry or the dishwasher, and we're still paying over $300-400. Because so it doesn't matter. The less you use, the more they charge.
Yep.
That's the way. It is funny how it always seems to work that way with whatever happens. It doesn't matter. They tell you to conserve, do this, do that, and the less you use, the more they charge.
Well,
Look
these
at
people
water
put in
and
solar
water
panels.
rates.
They put in solar panels, and they'll think, well, okay, all the rates are up now because you put in solar panels.
And I also want you guys
solar
to
panels
remember
only do so much.
This is a really important part too. Is that you go, okay, well,
How's your Saturday going so far?
electricity bills are expensive. I can't really afford it. Right, so maybe I pick up a second job, or I do something to make.
Get a
more
job
money.
at McDonald's and make
Right?
$25 an
Well,
hour.
McDonald's is.
So you go, okay,
Not
I'm gonna
hiring.
make more, money so I can pay my bills. But you guys all forgot that bill passed where the more money you make, your electricity goes up.
Yeah.
Because starting in is it 2024? When is that?
So you
A new state law requires its 3 investor-owned utilities companies to charge customer fees for electricity based not only on how much electricity they use, but also on how much money they make.
I love socialism.
Yeah.
So there we go, guys. So starting soon,
Yep.
you're going
To a state near you.
be paying more because you're going to say, well, I can't afford my electricity. Let me make more money. Wrong. You're going to get charged more. So
Well, this goes back. I mean, come on. You will own nothing, and you will love it.
it's really insane, man.
It goes back to what it is. I mean, you can't. There's no middle class anymore. It's just the low class, and then the people that are lucky enough to be Oprah or Al Gore or whatever. That's it. And then they're going to tell you that if you do anything, and if you try to start a fire to keep yourself warm,
you can't do that.
Climate change.
You can't start a fire.
Climate change.
Unless you have a gas fire, then you could start it then. But
Yeah, and
you
then the
burn
gas rates
and
are
you can't
so-
afford gas.
I don't know.
So
You know
huddle
what-
in the darkness around a candle that you
Actually,
stole
I
from
don't
the
know.
church.
Can you even do gas fires now in California?
I don't know. I
if you
have
can.
one. We light our
I think you
fire.
can,
we
but
light our
it's
fire
gonna-
either way. We don't care.
Well, here's the deal, though.
The first fine's a warning. And
Is
we,
it?
okay, well, we'll just wait till we get a warning. We haven't gotten a warning yet.
Well, we'll have a dungeon where we can take care of.
I already have a dungeon.
Oh, you do have one.
What are you interested
Oh.
in?
Well, no, I'm thinking of a way we can take care of certain things. Anyway, hey,
Spooky. All right, I got one more.
spooky. Well, no, I was just gonna say real quick. I mean, I don't know what is the answer here. I mean, the thing is that
The guillotine. The guillotine
No,
is the answer.
what's interesting though is
answer
that the more and they'll try to find a way to stop it, but it's funny how the more pressure the government puts on regular folk, they find a way to somehow survive. People will find a way to get around this somehow. They may not find. I mean, it may not be a good way, but it goes back even to solar. I mean, years and years before the government got involved in that, that was kind of a way for people to cut their own PG&E bill way back in the day. I mean, we're talking in the early 70s.
Do you guys remember when solar was a way to say, wait a second, I can make my own energy?
Yeah.
Now
And it was a solution to the government regulation and problems, but then government gets involved, and like they do everything, they screw up, and eventually they're always, what I'm saying is seems like there's always a way. People will find a way to do things. There'll be a way to do it, and it's just how long does it take the government to catch up and then screw it all up? But anyway, I don't know what the answer is, but that was just a
So we need to start our own
opinion
nuclear
comment
power
I
plant
had.
through cold fusion.
What was that? Cold fusion?
Start our own cold fusion nuclear power plant.
Well, we talked about that.
Seriously, though?
We talked about that.
I
There was
can't-
sorry, but we talked about that. If you go back to I don't know how many shows we talked about it, where there, I think you brought up there was a refrigerator size, basically was like a nuclear battery or something that could power your house. All your electricity needs for what, like almost
10,000
generations.
years.
I mean, it was like crazy amount of years that this thing could do it with hardly no waste involved, and it's all about money and control. That's all it ever
100%.
comes down to.
Nobody, if anybody was actually serious, I'll say this again, if anybody was serious about global warming or energy or anything, we would just have a few more nuclear plants and we would be fine.
Is this why you're cleaning your garage? You're getting ready to build your nuclear plant here.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is, see the floor we're on right now, I'm going to just dig deep and I'm going to build an entire
Nuclear system
underneath.
Is it going to be powered by that TV, the plasma?
Yeah,
you can maybe able to use that plasma technology
plasma? It's going to be a plasma
to run your
array.
house somehow.
Oh
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Next story. What do you got?
Anyways, yeah, the next spooky thing is actually, I might not have time for this. I was going to make you each take a U.S. citizenship
Oh
exam.
God, please don't. Oh no, that
Should
is
we do
spooky.
it? It's just a couple of questions. Or should we
Okay.
go right into our Halloween entertainment picks?
Let's go into Halloween picks.
Halloween.
Let's go.
Okay, we're going to do the
We're-
citizenship exam
we're up against it here.
next episode. Okay.
It's going to be like, where do raisins come from?
Hey, where do raisins come from? All right.
Grapes, I think.
Okay, here
They
we
come
go.
from a
here we go.
box from the
Okay,
grocery store.
So here is my Halloween entertainment pick.
Oh.
I rewatched last night. So my wife doesn't like watching scary movies. She's not into it. So I want to find something Halloween-ish to get in the, the spirit. So I found a compromise, which was Fright Night. You guys ever seen Fright
Okay.
Night? They made it in 1985. They remade it in 2011.
It's funny. We just talked about this on Pardon the Intermission. We
you?
did our Halloween list of movies,
Okay.
and Jason talked about that.
Which
yeah.
one? The old one or the new one?
The old one, yeah.
Okay. So we watched the new one because I'm a big David Tennant fan, and he's in the new one.
And that has Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell. A couple. Yeah, I forget who else is in it. David Tennant, and then the main guy is that poor kid from Star Wars who ended up getting killed by his car crushed him. What was his name? Anton.
Oh, Star Trek.
Anton
something. He played
Chekhov.
Chekhov in.
I was gonna call him
the
Anton
reboot.
Chekhov.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he in the reboot of Star Trek.
What's
J.J.
his name?
Abrams.
Anyways, it's a
can't
name
remember.
like that. Anyways, his name is Anton Yelchin.
Okay.
Anton Yelchin. Great movie, by the way. So Fright Night, it's pretty fun. It's just kind of over the top. I would watch it. It's a good movie. Put it on your Halloween list.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so you saw the original.
Yeah.
Now, do you think so? Jason kind of described it. I haven't seen it for years, so I don't really remember it that much. But he said it as kind of like it's a good combination of scary and kind of campy. I mean,
Yes.
there's some
So the original one is definitely more campy than the new one.
yeah.
But the new one kind of took that campiness and kind of made it. They call it like a horror comedy. It's not as funny as like a flat out horror comedy, but it's pretty fun though. They do some fun stuff with it. It's the original one's super campy. Which I like. They're both good, but honestly, they're pretty much exactly the same movie, which is pretty interesting. They didn't change too much. I'd put it on your list. It's fun.
Yeah, Fright Night. I may rewatch that one. Like I said, I haven't seen it for years. I did see the new one with Colin Farrell. That was pretty good, but yeah, it seemed like it didn't have the.
Yeah, it's
it
not
was
as
missing
campy,
something from the original.
But
as I remember it,
But I still do. I like the new one. I thought it was a lot of fun, and my wife ended up enjoying it. So
good.
Yeah.
Good. Not too scary.
Not too scary, yeah.
What about you, Stu? Any Halloween movie
So
picks?
on Netflix right now, on Peacock. Peacock right now, they're streaming Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well, what is so? Is that based
off
on
a video
game? Yeah, yeah.
The movie is slow. They try to build up all this additional thing just to make a video game into a movie. So they add a lot of content, which is boring as heck. It drags on and on. I got halfway through it and I bailed.
Really?
Yeah, I heard it was not good.
It is terrible.
And I hear a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people are disappointed just because so many fans of the video game.
Because I thought maybe I'll just go to the last 20 minutes, but after spending an hour in that movie, I didn't even want to do that.
It has a 1 star on Rotten
Oh,
Tomatoes.
Man, it's
shoot.
horrible, man. It's just like I just can't endure this character reiterate his problems to someone one more time. So I bailed on that. So Five Nights at Freddy's.
Does it stick
0
to the
stars.
video game, or I mean, is it like the premise of it? Or
No, because a video game basically you're a night watchman trying to keep these animatronics from getting you.
Isn't
Oh.
the video game like a point and click kind of game?
Well, it's just you got to monitor like your security monitors. You got to keep the power on. You only got so much power. You got to survive until 6 o'clock.
okay.
You got to make sure they don't come in through the vents. All sorts
Oh,
of things.
shoot.
So it's complicated, and we played it with a VR helmet on.
Oh,
a VR
cool.
thing. So it's cool. But the problem was my son thought, oh, this is going to scare Dad. And I played it. It's no big deal. But then he left. Then I'm playing it, and I look to my right, and there's one of those animatronics right there ready to
Oh,
get me.
shoot.
And I was like punching at it, going, ah!
You're freaking out.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, good thing you didn't see that.
Yeah, that bear, whatever that thing is,
Yeah,
bear
and
dog
also,
animatronic looks
With
pretty
all
scary.
this stuff, I already figured out the plot before it got to the end, and I thought I just don't want to watch this anymore.
I think it's hard to do like video game movies just because it's hard to do them well. Just because
Yeah.
people know what the end of the
Yeah.
store or the video game is,
'Cause,
right?
like,
And
The
it's,
Last of Us,
Right.
they're doing a good job, but that story is very developed in the video game
Mm.
for The Last of Us. Five Nights at Freddy's, it has no backstory. It's just like you're doing this one job. So it has very little backstory.
And I
it's
think-
kind of like you're at a Chuck E. Cheese in in the animatronics come
Yeah,
to
and then
life.
they had, which
Oh,
is
that'd be
actually
creepy.
silly because I feel like they could have they had free range to come up with any movie they wanted to because there is no backstory.
Yeah.
And instead they just came up with a junky movie.
with this boring, slow backstory
Really
where they should have just
interesting.
start with killing. They started off with the animatronics killing, but it was just like kind of
Right.
and it just went downhill from there.
That's a bummer.
But I did started watching Harley Quinn, the animated series.
oh, is that any good?
It's on HBO.
Yeah, you
It's
told me about that,
very
yeah.
adult,
Mm.
very good.
Don't
but
let
I
your kids
finished the
watch it,
series.
right?
Yeah, don't. Unless you want to
It's
explain
it's
a
a
lot of
cartoon though.
things.
It's a
It's
animated.
an animated series. yeah.
Wow.
It's not a cartoon. Come on.
Well, cartoon. I know.
But,
I'm
uh,
old fashioned. Is that a cartoon?
yeah,
That's so disrespectful.
it is. So just okay, but yeah, but yeah, avoid Five Nights at Freddy's.
Let me ask you this: have you watched One Piece?
One Piece of
One Piece on Netflix. That's based on a anime too.
One Piece.
Yeah,
No.
I watched that. I watched that on the plane. They have season 1 on
that spooky?
Netflix. No, sorry, it's not spooky. I was just asking him if because he was talking about anime, talking about.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't watch
Sorry,
them all. I
throwing
can't
it
watch
off.
them all.
One Piece. That's the boat one that I keep on saying.
Yeah, the boat one. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
not spooky. No, sorry, folks. It's not a Halloween one. But anyway, I was just curious.
What's
Okay.
your Halloween pick?
You know, I'm gonna go really super old school. I'm gonna say my best Halloween pick is tradition for me and kind of now for my daughter, and that's It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Oh, I just watched that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah.
No, my wife loves those things. She
Yeah.
still makes my kids watch them.
You know, and I'm really sad that my daughter will never experience, the joy of like magically catching it on the one night that it plays
Yes.
on broadcast TV.
Sure,
and
making
you're
sure.
excited.
You're all
Yeah.
excited. It seems like it was the longest show when you watch it
Yeah.
without the commercials. It's like 5 minutes, but otherwise it seems like it was. But I really, we were talking about that too. Apple TV has it. I don't have a subscription. I just went last year. I went and bought the set. I got the whole Charlie Brown Christmas,
Yeah,
Thanksgiving, Halloween.
Yeah, it's only like 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
Not funny.
So you said did you watch it with your daughter?
I watched it with Gwen. Yeah, she
Yeah.
actually was captive. She likes it because of doggies. She likes doggies.
Oh yeah.
So she would say doggy. She likes Snoopy quite a bit.
But yeah, back in the day, though, it's just like I remember it because you had to look at the TV guide,
Yeah.
know when it was going to come on, and plan your time around that. So okay, it comes on at 8 o'clock. I want to watch it. I got to be in front of the TV and on that channel at 8 o'clock.
yeah.
My wife and I were talking a lot. We do miss now there's like a magical piece that we miss with technology where everybody in America had a common experience.
Yeah.
Because there was only so many channels, and everybody would gather around and watch the thing.
We talked about it before on this show.
So like the next day, everybody knew like, oh,
Yeah.
Charlie Brown. It was just kind of like the whole. You could tell that at that moment, 50 or 60% of America were all sitting down with their family, experiencing some Halloween like joyful thing. Or
Well,
some
yeah, it was
harvest
Halloween,
some
or
Christmas
if it's your
something.
show, like I Love Lucy,
Right.
everybody would talk about
like-
it, or if it was Hill Street Blues,
Yeah, or like
what
Planet of
other-
the Apes in the 70s. We used to watch Planet of the Apes. And then we used to play Planet of the Apes on the playground because all the kids
Everybody
watched
knew it, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. That doesn't
that's
exist
it.
anymore.
It's a type of culture, and then you had generational connection because with the reruns, the kids could get the jokes of like an I Love Lucy that their parents
100%.
watched originally on TV, but the kids watched on rerun. So it was like all the jokes were there, all that. It was all in the lexicon in the
I like the way you
conversation.
said that. It's like a part of the culture that's now missing, actually.
It is.
Because there's no commonality. You go on the playground, one kid's watching God knows what, the other kid's watching who knows,
Yeah,
what.
because like my son doesn't watch a lot of TV or a lot of series. He watches YouTube videos.
Yeah.
He watches Instagram. The weird thing is, though, he watches a lot of YouTube videos that are educational, built like around history. It's presented in a funny way, but it's about history, about geography. So he's really into history and flags and geography and things like that.
But as far as the
now.
cultural connections, it's
they
like
don't have that
jokes
now.
from TV shows. You could say out loud, and your kids would be like, "What are you talking about?" When back in the day, if your parents were saying something, you'd be like, "Oh, you knew what it was."
Right. Yeah, we're just kind of missing it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep,
It's sad.
we are.
Sad. It's a sad time.
It's a spooky time.
It's a spooky time. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to our spooky.
What happened? So
Oh, goodness. Spooky. So spooky.
is that after you eat all that candy on Halloween? That's what happens,
Guys,
kids.
we thank you so much for joining and listening. We always appreciate you being here. As always, please do rate and review. Tell your friends. Join us on Discord. And if you feel it in your heart, if you have a spare dollar, we haven't been doing as many shows. And tell you the truth, it's because it's expensive to run a studio. So if you wouldn't mind,
If you want more shows,
$1, 50 cents, it doesn't matter. There's you can donate on our show, No Focus, on our site, nofocusradio.com. Check us out there. Check out Part of the Intermission with the Doorman and friend of the
thank
show,
you.
Jason Smithberg. And
talk about entertainment, all things entertainment on that
right.
side. Yeah.
And also check out Valley of Ashes Sanatorium on the Instagram. Link in the show notes.
See where Marty, stupid ass, is going to be next with his creation.
Right. And also, I would ask you, if you go on the Discord or shoot us an email, whatever it is, or on Instagram or Twitter, wherever you find us, let me know. I'm interested. Where you listen to us most? Is it on Audible? Is it on your smart speaker?
Is it in the bathroom?
Is it in the bathroom? Which device or which service? Is it
During those
Pocket Casts?
intimate times
Yeah,
with your
very excited.
significant other?
I do hear that a lot, that our voices are so good.
Really?
Really
They
gets
just put it on the
people in mood.
background?
Yeah.
Wow, chicka, wow.
Thank you guys very much. We will talk to you soon.
Time for a buddy check.